Welcome back. Fear. What do you fear in your life? Now, fear is a very powerful emotion that, again, we pick up as a child and carry throughout our lives. And believe it or not, the media is fantastic at promulgating it, sending out these messages so that you worry. An example, classic one, would be this pandemic about the so-called swine flu. Now, again, these are my opinions and my beliefs, but if you read Dr. Sherry Tenpenny's book on vaccinations don't work, and the research that she's done, and the question she's asked is, have we learnt from the past? Vaccinations do not work, and they cause all sorts of problems, but I'll do that in another recording on vaccinations. What I want to speak to you about is fear, because the media will jump onto something like our financial crisis and the state that we have created right now, and obviously started last year, well, actually the year before that. And of course, again, we don't take ownership for it. If you look at the bankers and the government and how they all work together, you know, the elite, and giving themselves the bonuses that they were giving themselves, and even now. And it's like, but anyway, the fear of not having money, because we've created a very materialistic world. I've got to have a big house, I've got to have a flash car, I've got to dress in a certain Armani suit, or whatever it is, for you to feel good, like there's something missing in your life. Is that true? So, what is fear? Well, I find fear as an acronym is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. And it's kind of one of those things, because what is there to fear in life? There is nothing to fear whatsoever. If somebody has a gun on my head here, why am I worried? Now you'll say, but Magnus, you're being crazy. They could pull the trigger and kill me. Okay, bang, I'm dead. I'm not having this conversation with you. Don't fight reality and create a future that is based on pain. Wake up. Hopefully this message is getting across. Now don't get me wrong. You're not going to put yourself in a situation where you've got somebody who's got a gun on your head. At least I hope not. You're not going to co-create that. However, if you have created that, then there are other things I'm sure you could do, and I don't want to enact them out. But that person obviously wasn't hugged enough times, told how beautiful they were and gorgeous, or cuddled enough. I don't know, but that's about them. But now I'm going to buy into their BS because they've got a gun on my head. I know I'm using an extreme example, and obviously in England we don't get this sort of thing happening, but I just want to really put the message across. When you fight your reality, which is an illusion, you will cause your body stress. And if others see it, they too will then learn from that. Oh, that's how to behave when this situation occurs. Trust me, I am not a doctor. There is nothing, no thing on this planet to fear whatsoever. What happens, and I invite you on a journey to go to Byron Katie website, The Work it's called, and you will be able to see this beautiful, gorgeous woman remind you about staying and living in the now, but just questioning uninvestigated thinking causes stress. I'll give you an example of something. One of her sayings is that resistance is the first act of war. Resistance is the first act of war. What do I mean? Well, when you start resisting something, so somebody gives you something, like whether maybe they give you a compliment, like you're beautiful, and you resist that. Or maybe they'll tell you you're useless and you don't amount to anything. Again, I did a recording on labelling. Whatever it is, once you form some sort of resistance, you are creating war within yourself, within your own psyche, your own spiritual, mental, emotional, intuitive. They're all being stressed because of your belief of some sort of pain which is in the future. Remember, there's no power, zero power in the past. You can't change it, it's gone. It's called the past for a reason. It's because it's gone. What can you learn from the past? What would you never do again? What experiences from your past can you bring into the present which will create pleasure? What was actually funny about that situation that you didn't realise? Redirect your super brain. So many people living in the past with fear bring it to the present and suffer again, and then focus on the future and suffer again in the present. Hello! Now I realise that this stuff isn't taught at school, but hopefully my message is getting across to take control. There's nothing to fear whatsoever. False evidence appearing real. Apart from thinking, uninvestigated thinking causes stress and fear of what if this happens? Well, if I do that, then this will happen. It might never happen, but if you look for it, the chances are you will then find it. What you resist will persist. That would be along that same saying about resistance is the first act of war. It's still there, but you're resisting it. Now don't get me wrong, if somebody punches you, you may perhaps want to direct it away. That's a physical act. But other things, other messages, or other things that you see, or you're subliminally affected by the negativity or the commercials on television, switch them off. They don't serve you. They're all driven by big pharmaceutical companies. Again, if you look at my previous recordings, most of them, you and I both know a headache wasn't caused by not taking an aspirin, and there it is advertised, oh, you got a pain, keep running, take aspirin. Hello, McFly, wake up. Fear. There is nothing to fear. Please, take control. Look at your life and see what, perhaps, again, like Sherlock Holmes, be Columbo, be an investigator and find out where is in your life those things that you fear. What others might say, what others think of you. Like I've said before, what others think of you has got nothing to do with you whatsoever. Nothing. That's their projection of something about themselves that they do or don't like about you. Thank you very much. Let it go. In order to receive the gift, you have to let it go. So look in your life, see if all those things, perhaps you fear your parents or your father, what he might say by you telling them. What's the point in hiding when people can see you? What's the point in not hiding when people can't see you? Because they can't see you. Hopefully that message too, depending on your level of consciousness, you will understand there's no reason just to show your heart. That's what people want to see, that's what they want to feel. Don't get too detached. This is a big thing for me. Here's me talking to me. Don't get too detached from there and there, getting too cerebral. Or somebody tell you you're intelligent and all you think you're mega intelligent, but you've kind of separated from your heart. The mind and body are connected. Our disease management system and our doctors are waking up to that. Know that the two are connected. They've never been not connected. Again, I'll do another recording about Descartes and how that came about back in the 17th century. Anyway, my point is this. Have a look in your lives and see those things what you fear. And if you do fear it, that's one end of the polarity. What's actually funny about the fear? Find something humorous in it. What have you learned from that you won't do again? Again, ask smarter questions to redirect your super brain to find a place where you can feel good, because you and I are both on this planet, from my point of view, and this is my opinion, for two reasons. One is to create pleasurable moments. Well, I can't do that if I fear something happening, fear what somebody might say, what somebody might think about me. That's got nothing to do with me. The other reason is to find out who I am. If it's true that wisdom is knowing who you are in any one moment, whoa, that's a journey. Keep finding out who are you. How can you be of greater service to yourself and those around you? Remember, it's always about you being impressed. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've been impressed with what you've achieved, what you've done, who you are and where you're going. Don't play the part of a victim, feeling less than because what others have said or done or not said or not done. Take control. Fear. Get rid. There's nothing to fear. What I'd like you to do today, right now, is to find something that gives you immense pleasure, whatever it may be, and just think about it momentarily and see how you can share that with others. I might have to change what you were just thinking then. Have fun, enjoy, don't be too serious. I know in some of my recordings my passion comes out and I get a little bit, and for that I will not apologise for. That's just a part of me which I'm actually proud of and I actually like, and sometimes I'm able to, when I communicate to myself and to others and it lands for them, they don't buy into any of my BS. I don't want you to buy into any of my belief system. I want you to find what works for you. But like I said, you and I were not put on this planet to cause ourselves suffering and those around us, playing the part of a victim because of big pharmaceutical companies or because we're not feeling well or anything else. Take control. Ask yourself a question. What can I do right now to become healthy? Who could I communicate to or who could I speak to who will inspire me on that journey? Remember, only you can motivate yourself. My role or anyone else is to inspire you. I cannot motivate you and I cannot help you. I can perhaps point you in the right direction, but here's the best advice you can take. It's called your own. Don't take anyone else's advice but your own. That's the best advice you can take. Have fun, enjoy. My love to you all. Bye for now.